Hi buddy, good morning. I'm continue doing finishing the room engineer penetration tester. Learned the practical skill required to start your career as a professional pen tester. Today I'm doing a bit one longer one. Linux privilege escalation. This is the room. This is a couple of these machines. Every time we need to start a machine. Linux privilege escalation. Learn the fundamental of Linux privilege escalation from enumeration to exploitation. Get hand-on with over 8 different privilege escalation technique. This is mostly well known. You might find them in CTF or something like that, but yeah, that not all of them. That's why it's a fundamental. Now why is the text a bit smaller? Okay, introduction. Privilege task 1. Privilege escalation is a journey. There are no silver bullets and much depend on the specific configuration of the target system. It means you need to test and to find. It isn't like how you start. I mean, uh, you test one, option 2, 3, 4 until you find something. The kernel version, installation application, supported the programming language or the user password or are a few key elements that will affect your road to root shell. This room was designed to cover the main privilege escalation vectors and give you a better understanding of the process. This new skill will be an essential part of your arsenal whether you are participating in CTS, taking certification exam or working as penetration tester. Okay, this one we done. What's privilege escalation? Basically, you are, for example, going from user going up. Usually, we usually in CTF we say user to root, but doesn't mean it's always like that. You can go from one user to next user. That next user has some extra privilege, and then you go to the next user until you go to access the main admin or root. In its core, privilege escalation usually involves going from lower permission Cron to higher permission 1. More technically, it's the exploitation of the vulnerability, design flaw, or configuration of a site in operating system or application to gain authorized access to sources that are usually restricted from the user. What is important? It's rare when performing real-world penetration tests to be able to gain foothold initial access that give you direct administration access. Privilege escalation is crucial because it lets you gain system administration level access, which allow you to perform like the admin side, like resetting password, bypassing access control, editing software configuration, enabling persistence, changing the privilege of existing on user, execute any administration command. This is just a small introduction. Now if we go to task 3, basically talk what is enumeration. Here they give us an example. Password kernel, password 1. I have the machine is 120.155. Don't want to be so if SSH can, this is the assumption we already inside we got access as a user. So this room assume that you are already a user. What's going today is like I usually was able to zoom one side and leave the other side fine. 120.155. Now suddenly because when you zoom this it look funny. I don't know what happened to Firefox today. It doesn't like to separate the rooms. So we have, for example, now let's ask this machine. Yeah, password 1. Did I type it correctly? No, password 1. Okay, we already in the machine. Uh, uh, what we have ls, for example. Okay, this shell is not clearer. What the hell? Hold on. Bash. Okay, we are. So we have. When you are in the system like that, you already have. Um, you are there. For example, if I follow here, you can see start for the classic. You name the kernel, for example. Now you usually, when you are having a machine like that, before you do anything, you do usually sudo minus l and see what you can do. And then of course you do uname minus a, you see the kernel. You can see, for example, this is an old kernel 3.13.0.24, and then you go, for example, search this, for example, for if the kernel. That's why we have this we'll print a system information. Let's give you guys, this room is a free, so it's be create information. This is free room, so everybody can do it. You name my say will print system information, give you an additional detail about the kernel used, and then you give Google the proc version about target system processes. Cat proc. Usually I don't do this. Oh yeah, okay, the GCC things like that. Okay, and then you have the issue. Okay, this is a new issues. There is no issue. Okay, the PS, of course, it's usually this is yours, and then you can do PS IUX. The standard usually I do this PS IUX and look for any things that running in the systems. Usually one thing in CTF, there's another one you can check. This one PSPY, because there's many rooms in CTF where you can't see the process, and this PSPY, it can show you the process. Just put this one in your list, because sometimes because as a user you can't see other, especially high privilege processes. uh, the command, of course, view or running process, usually view process tree, AXJF PSAJXF. Yeah, usually we don't. Usually you look for process in general. That's what we did now. You look for example, now the most one, of course, whenever you are in system check the environment, sometimes you have keys and password environment. Sometimes you see, for example, sometimes you find in CTF where sensitive data information is here, like here for TryHackMe, tell you, it show you the home, it show you the shell, the path. This is also very interesting. You do echo path in case you find certain file, and you see this is the standard Linux, so there's no dodgy character there. We did SCDL. We are not part of it. Of course, the classic, because you are the classic. For example, when you are in home, you try to do this and look for in general CTF, CD home, for example, and you see, oh, we are in mat. We are not. The current doesn't have months and mat, for example. No, what's going ls minus la mat. Okay, we can access mail, and usually you check the most things is the bash history, for example. We can't read it. You can see we don't have permission for it, so we can escape this, because you see who owns who. Usually CTF, if you can read this, usually we can't read anything. See, this is a flag, we can't read it, we don't have write permission there. You look, for example, SSH. There's no SSH.SSH folder here, so you do that. Of course, this one interesting, don't forget your group. For example, you can see here a normal group, but sometimes you find other group here. Some groups are very important. Sometimes you can read log files with them. Of course, the cat etc password is also interesting, because you can see the user. You can see Kern doesn't have I don't know why the folder is not there. You have met, you can see as bash is a user. What else we can do? We did the ls. Also, this one just to read them clearly. Cat minus d delimiter minus f just show me the field 1. Yeah, we can do that. Cat minus delimiter that one minus f just show me the first sorry, etc pass wd. What's going on here? Yeah, if you can use the cat command COT oh yeah, the history of the user we can do because it's our history. This is what we did now. We've been if there's history if config or also uh, not it's is it a new Linux? Let's see. Yeah, it's you can do IP address. You have sometimes also you can do because some city if you have local application to scan local port, I think we'll talk about it on IP route. Yeah, you can see the routes in machine if there is but usually this one. Some other things important is netstat listening. Netstat list network user statistics. We're not more interested in the statistics. List connection with the service name and PID. Yeah, usually this one we do also netstat ntl. What's that one? No, display timer. Do not resolve names. Netstat minus n. No. Usually I do. Which one I use? Uh, I usually not netstat netstat minus nl nlup. Usually sometimes when you can see application is so you can see if there is a hostname uh, another application running locally in the machine and you do the port forwarding to access to it. This couple of Steve they do these tricks, so it's better to always don't forget running netstat to see what's running inside the machine if there is any listening port. Of course the find command, because for example here we got home mat. So example if I don't know that flag, where is it? I can just find dash name flag 1 for example .txt but because I'm not root, usually you get that what's the error throw it to dev null, and you can see we've been able to find it there even when minus LA mat will not have authorization to read it. I think. Where is that flag again? Yeah, we can't read it, you can see. What else we have? This is also the tricks, some tricks about find. You can do find, for example, with time, which one was edited, for example. Let me play what it is, So, for example, now we use it especially for mesh permission, like file writable, executable, file special user, for example, find all five or user frank and the home. Yeah, but if you are inside the home, you can usually, yeah, this is type of technique to get permission and things like that. Size, I'm not sure for CTF we're interested in these things, but it's good to know them in case you're looking for special files. Um, the permission is what usually you do because that's how you try to find root and things like that. uh, Perl, Python version, where is Python, where is the GCC, for example, find specific file. This is what usually the most usually what we permission dash perm we dot s the SUID. So this is the ones that usually we're interested on it. Find, for example, my perm is it touch? I forgot about it. Minus u equal s, and then the error through it in dev null. And here you look for any things that not supposed to be here, like I don't know what L password doing here. This is normal. This is what X doing here. This is normal in Linux, but this one I don't. PK exec, if it's an old version, I'm not sure. So things like that. So this is more like a general things, but the most usually for CTFs is the most of them, especially the SUDO, the kernel version, nets.network, things like that. So what is the hostname of the target system? Okay, the target system, we can just split hostname here. With 7.3. See now why Firefox now, before usually I don't have this problem. Today he just doesn't want to play ball. What's the Linux kernel version of the target system? That's it. Give me your name minus A. So I assume they're talking about this. What Linux is this? This is an what it said in Ubuntu. But what? Ubuntu should be not. Damn it! I forgot the name of Ubuntu. RC. No, release. Not resolve. Hey. It's how to get the Ubuntu version. Damn it! I forgot about it. It's a Ubuntu SMP Thursday etc 64 Ubuntu. What exactly the question is? What Linux is it? It's an Ubuntu. What version it is? Ubuntu has two places to get a name. I forgot about it. The host name, your name minus A. The proc version, yeah. Got proc. No, there is another place, not in proc version. Version 310. Ubuntu. It gives Ubuntu. I think this is the answer. No, Ubuntu have other. No, it's not that one. Ubuntu 4. Wait, say 4. I forgot how to get Ubuntu version. This is the kernel as I forgot how to get Ubuntu version. Linux command Ubuntu. Nice, forgot. LSB release minus A. Yeah, now I remember it. LSB release minus A. So it's a 1404. What Linux is this? 1404. Still need the 3-digit. Ubuntu LTS. LTS long-term support. Now these two-way, you can get LSP release is another one. It has two commands, I think. In any case, I forgot about it. Now the next question, what it said, the version of Python. Basically, Python, you just do Python. What? Yes, a couple of Python that I don't know what Python is talking about. Let's see. That's a 2, but this one is, oh, what is running? But they have a 3 of them. Which one is talking about? Python 3.4. I assume it's talking about 3. They all installed in the system, but let's see what the environment talk about. I don't know what the default Python here. Uh, doesn't have a default. You have all of them. I assuming if it's a 3, it will be 3.40. Let's assume is that's the one you're talking about. Let's see. Not 3.40. So which version is talking about? Don't tell me it's talking about 3.4. This is 3.40, same as that one. To 7.6. Yeah, these little small things are getting me confused now. Huh, you're looking for the Python, the old version. Okay. What vulnerabilities seem to affect kernel attack? Okay, so we have the name of the kernel. Now, if I Google 3.13.024, you Google here, 3, no, this is the CVE, but if I Google uh, uh, Linux kernel vulnerability, oh, Google will fix it. We can see privilege, what is it, okay, let's return quickly because it's already in Linux system and you have the CVE there. So it tell you, okay, accept all these cookie things. We got the name 1404, yes. What's the name of the CVE? 214.0196. Is it the correct? The CVE it's 1328. Why it's here to say this is update instruction? Why I'm coming here? CVE 2015-1328. It's related to package before 3.19.0.21 and ours is 3.19. So before 3.19, this is 3.13. Through 15.04 does not properly check permission. File creation up a file system directory, and this one here, these cookies things now. Overlay privilege escalation description CVE 15.132 Ubuntu specific. This is Ubuntu specific. 3.13.024 3.13.024. This is what we have. So now this exactly what the CVE is. Now we have a machine there, so better off to save time and not waste it. We're done with this one. We can shut down this. And then before we do that, we can quickly start this machine there. And now we can I can zoom quickly, and I can go to the next task and we leave that one open. Now automated animation to most of them I hate them. Too nosy, especially this one, especially the line enum. Several tools can help you save time during the enumeration process. These tools should only be used to save time when they may miss some privilege escalation vector. Below is a list of popular Linux animation tools with links to their respective GitHub repositories. The target system environment will influence the tool you will be able to use. For example, you will not be able to run tool written in Python if it's not installed in the target system. This is why it will be better to be familiar with a few rather than having a single tool. Now again, line piece, line in alias, Linux exploit suggester, Linux smart enumeration, Linux prev. Most of these things are old. Only this one that no, this one tricky, 6 years, things like that. The one that usually new is line piece. Why did they open the wrong one? Yeah, this one is a new 3 months. You can see. They have new releases and things like that, but it's too noisy. I'm not sure. It give you too much information. Uh, okay, let's do that from this, and let's the IP is 39192, and they tell us the same username and password 39192. Let's close this. I don't. Where is my? Did we close? Oh, is this one? Let me close it. Maybe it solve the problem. Show split screen. No, I don't need you. So the idea now for the next one is launch the machine target. This one is privilege escalation using kernel. So basically we're specifically running in the kernel. Privilege escalation ideally lead to root privilege. This can sometimes be achieved simply by exploiting an existing vulnerability, or in some cases by accessing another user account that has more privilege. Usually that's way to use. You get to a normal user, then another user, and then you jump to root. The kernel Linux system manages the communication between components such as the memory on the system and the application. This critical function requires the kernel to have specific privilege. Thus, a successful exploit will potentially lead to root privilege. The kernel methodology is simple. Identify the kernel version, search to find the exploit code for the kernel version of the target system around the exploit. Although it looks simple, please remember that failed kernel exploit can lead to a system crash. Of course, whenever you deal with kernel, be careful what you do. Most, for example, based on your finding, you can use Google search for extended exploit or search databases. Most of the databases we search will the same what we use now. A hint is like be too specific about the kernel, because don't look at the first numbers and think they're not all the same. Sometimes it's a very specific version. Be sure you understand how the exploit code work before launching it. Some exploit may write further instruction once they are run. Read all comment and instruction provided with exploit code. and he give you this idea to how to move your files. So now, for example, find and use uproot kernel exploit to gain root privilege on the target system. And go back now, this problem with the zoom in. Now if we go back to our, well, we are out of this machine, and we said the new IP is our new IP is 39.192, 39.192. Password is password 1. Of course you came here. I don't like that. I just type bash there so it'll be cleaner. And then we come here, because we are in the issue, the task is about kernel. You get the kernel, and you can see is 3.13.04, 3.13. We got this, so it's a CSV 1328, and remember we already, when we search for it, you get it in exploit DB. It's already there, and you can confirm 1328 CVE, so we are in the right place. Linux, Ubuntu, Fedora, Red Hat, overlay, local privilege escalation. Oh, this is Metasploit. This is not the one. I can't do it in me. I tried Metasploit, is not. Let's see if this one is the one. No, it's not the CV. Let's search for it. We didn't find. Sometimes you need to remove these things to find. Oh, now we find 3. The Metasploit I don't. This one, access etc shadow. What is accessing etc shadow? Let's open both of them. I didn't see this one. What is this one is talking about? Create namespace. What is create namespace? There's no command create namespace. Let me move shadow. Sometimes I don't get the instruction. Oh, this is the instruction. This one too much noisy for me. Let's look for them. That's our CSV. How that? Oh, we cool. And it already tell you what to do. So if you look here, let me zoom in. Okay, you saw the version, you just run it, and then you are if you run it, you are root. So ofes.c. So all what we need to do is download it. Echo 37. If I go to my machine, let's move 37 to office.c. It's easy to see. Let's make sure that we got the right one. What happened here? So now what we can do, we can copy it to that side, or sometimes they just copy and paste. Is there Vim? Sometimes, let's see if we have Vim here. We don't have Vim. Do you have VI? Before you do that, where are you? No, you can't. So we need to do to temporary. So do we have VI? I want to do the lazy way. Oh, we have VI, so we can just why VI? We can just copy what we want. Lazy way. I can just do copy and just paste it there. Looks strange. Did it copy correctly? Something is not right. What's going on here? Oh, we did a mistake. It's supposed to work. Why is not working now? So if I do that, WQ, VI, what's the last line here? Null. Sometimes the lazy way doesn't WQ cut of C GCC of C minus O of C less chmod plus X of C, and we are root. Or for example you can just be this, because I can just do this, for example ls remove so I don't have them. I can just do wget http. I can come here because I have the file here, and I can just try my python 3, for example 9 minus m http dot server, and it's running 8000. I can just use wget my attack box 1010. Let me push this out of this bottom of the screen. 1010.239, that's my attack box. 1.22227. Then we have 8000 ofc.c. file don't exist of s, and then we have it here. I can just do the same thing, gcc fs minus o fs, and then chmod execute plus x fs, and just do fs, and then root id ls cd root ls flag is not there, ls home cd mat ls cd home mat ls cat flag 1.txt, and we got our flag for the flag for that technique. Where is it? Now because we have another machine, we can terminate this quickly, and then we can prepare for this one. Let's not go down. Now the next one, did I start I didn't complete this. Okay, the next one is SUDO. It's one new, like for example one hack the box, the last one it relate to SUDO, because SUDO has 2 months ago, I think a month or something, very local user can become root. Is another for getting to host path or something. So sudo, whenever you access machine with your password, try to find sudo -l even without password, make it a habit whenever you are inside the machine. Run sudo minus l, because they give you privilege and things like that. The site, this one, it's one known site, give of the land. Leave it as we will come back to it now. Leverage invaluable source for provide information on how any program. Remember, when you do sudo-l, it show you program, and then you go to this site and see which one, what you can use it. So for example, some application will not have known exploit within this content. Such application you may see in the Apache 2 server. Leverage application function. In this case, we can use hack to leak information, leveraging a function of the application, as you can see below. This is a trick to use for Apache, that it has -f flag. Loading alternative configuration, and there's a couple of CTF that use this trick to like, for example, this is where the trick is. When you do a sudo -l and you see the environment keep plus ld preload, when you see the preload there, it's a given. This ld preload environment option. The ld preload is a function that allows any program to use shared library. This plus will give it a capability of it. If the environment keep, which is basically this one, option is enabled, we can generate a shared library which will load and execute before the program run. And this one, talk about it if you want to read. The steps of this privilege escalation vector can be summarized as follow. Check for this if it's there. Write a simple C code as a shared object. Run the program with sudo write and the ld preload option pointing to the library. So for example, here the C code will simply spawn a root shell. You can see, because this is available, and Dutch, and then we can save this code in the shell.c compile, and then that's how you compile it. We can use this code wherever. That's what you do, and you say load the and then what each one has different. This will result in shell spawn. Now for us, now let's get the machine. My machine is 161.250, 161.250, and now the zoom in problem. 161.250, 250. Yes, I assume password is the same, password 1. Let's switch to bash. Sudo -l, make it habit. Well, it doesn't ask for the password, that's fine. So if you look here, it tell you we can use find less. Are we in the same? I don't see that what we're talking about. Here we can use find the less and nano. Oh, a whole bunch of. Oh, we are in the right place, because this it's not what the room is. How many programs can be user can run in the target system with sudo write? 1, 2, 3. Reset mail bypass. I don't see that option. Only see these 3. So let's follow the story. I don't know. I thought we practice in these things. I'm talking about this environment keep plus. It's not there. It's not there. So basically, when we have this, so we can just go to that site. What's the name of the site? Copy link. Let's go to that site. He said, what's the content of flag 2 text file? How will you nmap spawn a root shell if you use a SUD right? What's the hash of Frank password? Okay, so if I was there, I don't know. I'm trying to check this LD preload, but any case, so we have find less and nano. Let's see what find give me. I have SUDO, so I just click. What's going on here? You click in SUDO. SUDO. What can we do with SUDO? If the binary is allowed to run as super user by sudo, it does not drop the elevate privilege and may be used to access file system, escalate and maintain privilege. Huh. So, okay, let's see what happens if I put this. Let's treat it like a room. I'm not sure. I don't want .sh. Give me bash. I'm already root now. So where is these flags? ls root snap ls home ubuntu. What's inside ubuntu? The flag. Okay, the flag. And then how will you use nmap to spawn a root shell if your user has SUD right on nmap? Okay, so we can go back Cron. I search nmap. SUID, so we have this. So if I have SUID, the payload. Which one I'm doing now? I'm confused. SUID? Yeah, this one. SUDO or SUID? SUDO. SUDO. What you do? Allowed to run a super user sudo, it does not drop elevated with privileges and may be used to access file system. So this is access file system. The interactive mode available in version 2.0.2.5.2.1 can be used to execute shell. Okay, we do this. So we got that answer for that question. And then the question, what's the hash of Frank password? Yeah, I mean, I'm already root, so I can just do cat etc shadow hash, and that's Frank. Do they want us to put the whole name or what? What's the so it means they're expecting the whole name. I think it's what? What's the hash of Frank password? Oh, the hash only, so we can just take the first I think this room is trying to tell us use something else. So we got root. From there, what less will give us? Let's go check what other things can give us interesting things. Find, we got root straight, so let's go to uh, less. Less in SUDO, so we can come here. What can we get with SUDO? If binaries are run as supervisor by SUDO, it does not drop elevate privilege and may be used to access file system, escalate or maintain privilege access. Okay, so sudo less, I can read files, so I can sudo sudo less etc shadow, for example, and yeah, it show me the shadow. No, it doesn't. It dropped the privilege. I can see the whole thing. Oh, I can see it. Okay, that's cool. So that's interesting. What's that thing? Binary sh. Why it's always sh? The bash. No, I'm root to. Interesting. That's nice. Exit. Oh, where are you going now? Cute. Exit. Bash. sudo minus sudo minus l. Now we have that nano. What nano it can give us? Let's see. Assumption would be the same thing. Nano. Nano sudo. You click there and you come here. Sudo. If the binary is locked run as super user by sudo, it does not drop the elevated privilege and may be used to access a file system. Escalate. Okay. Sudo nano. Okay. Sudo nano. Then he said to us Control R, Control X, and then we type this. Okay. Control R, Control X, Control R, Control X, then type that command, and then what happened? Oh, now I'm root. Oh, interesting. Exit. Control X. Save. No, don't save. And you see, so we have three options. Now we're done with sudo, so you can see that. So we can shut down this machine. Now the next one is we need to privilege SUID. Now start machine. We can zoom this one. Let's stop this one. How much time we have in the attack box? No, I don't need it. I can see it here. No, you can't see it in the old machines. Okay, I don't think we pass, but the privilege escalation.suid, remember the find command, the search when you do it. Much of this privilege control rely on controlling the user and file interaction. This is done with permission. By now, you know that files can have read, write, execute permission. These are given user to within the privilege level. This change with SUID, set user identification, and SGID. Basically, if there is an S, it means you can run that program with the user, the owner permission. Basically, for example, if I look here and see any letter S, this SSS things, and is owned by root, it means if you run it, you can run it as root, and usually you use this minus param 0 4000 to u equal s to find SIDs, and then you go, the site will be in like now, and yeah, and you see what you can do. Know that attached VM has another binary with SID, and other than this is nano example for this room. The ACD bit set for nano text editor allow us to create, edit, read file using. Remember we test nano before, so we can read the shadow. For example, nano etc will print the content of etc shadow. We can now use and shadow 2 to create a file. This is then use the genre and shadow, and then use genre repa. It's inside the machine. We'll practice this one later on. I don't know why it does salt there. Oh, yes, this one. If you want to change the password of the user, you create another user. The other option will be to add a new user. When user you need to create a password using OpenSSL. So that's not we're not doing. And then you add it in the system. They will add this to password. Once you add it, please note that root you was used to provide the root share. We will need to switch to this user and hopefully should have root privilege. This is a scenario, but the room scenario is different. Let's get the IP of the room. 156.55, 196.55, and then whatever problem I have there, 196 dot 255 dot 156 dot. Who's going with me now? 156.55. Yes, password 1. I switch to bash. SUD myself, make it a habit. Password 1. Okay, that's fine. Of course, you go to your CD home. Ubuntu, we don't have permission, I think, to Ubuntu. This is the flag we're looking for, but we can see we don't have the bash history even not there. We have SSH, we can't access them, so we did. So we need to become somehow root, and that's why you do find in everything dash param. We can do umpos equal s, and then of course the error to dev null. You can see most of them are too noisy, but the snap, forget about it. You can even do this. Get my snap if you don't want to see that snap things. Oh, now this is all normal Linux, but this one is interesting. The base 64. When you get used to Linux, you can, when you see them, you know which one is not there. Let's see the question first of all. Not the example they taught Nano, but we don't. Nano we did it before in a previous task. Said which user shared the name of a great comic book writer. Okay, so we can go to etc pass w. What user? We have Kern, Jerry Conway. This is the next user. I think I'm not sure I know Jerry Conway. I forgot. I don't know, but that's the normal user exists there. What is the password of user 2? Which user 2? Huh. What's the password of user 2? Where is the user 2? ls Ubuntu. Did she did anything? It's us. History is dead. How we can get? The only way to get is to crack the password. We have that base 64, so we found this. We find this base 64, so you can come here. You can just go there and search for base 64, and then we have SUID on it. So we click SUID and it said if the binary has SUID bit set, it does not drop the elevated privilege and may be abused to access the file system. Escalate or maintain privileges access as a SUID backdoor if it is used to run sh-p. Omit the -p argument on the system like Debian. Allow the default sh shell to run with SUD privilege. And then we can read file and decode them. sh. Oh, that's interesting. We can read the file directly. That's a good thing. So what's going on with you now? So we can read, but why? What's that base 64? sh no. Why said use sh? Omit the -p argument and on system like Debian that allow the default sh to run. I'm not sure if I understand it. I'm testing something, guys. I'm not sure if it's... Oops. Didn't work. Let's use the... I'm not sure what exactly these drop things, but let's use the reading file part so we can read the file. The question is... so we can do, because now we can't read etc shadow permission denied, but if I do base 64 etc shadow and then I decoded base 64 minus d, now I can see it. So they ask us for the password for user 2, so we can use this. We can come to our Linux system, leave that one. We can vim shadow.txt. We can put the shadow there, and then we need another one, password.txt. This one we can read it. It's easily because we have permission to etc pass w. Where is user 2? Is this one? And then of course we use n shadow and shadow password and shadow. Put, for example, hash.txt. if you want to call it whatever you want. You can do Jean will pick it up. Just need to give him the word list equal user share word list. You can use a row queue here. I think okay, we got it's a password 1. Okay, so we can know the password. Then he said flag 3. Usually if you are in CTF you can say because we find a new user, we can say okay, so let's switch to SU user 2, see if we have he has any special permission. ID, we use a 2, if switch that SUD minus L, upper password 1. Sorry, that user doesn't, so we stuck again. Uh, uh, let's go back to Karen. What's the next question? What is the content of flag 3? Flag 3 is, where is that flag 3? We said it's at the Ubuntu. We can read it with the same things like base 64, Ubuntu, or do file for path if you are not in the directory, flag 3.txt, and call it in base 64 minus d, and you can read it. Because we can read any file we want, so once someone can just say okay, so we can try to get, for example, if if root has an SSH on it, let's say ID RSA. No, it doesn't have. Does Ubuntu have? No, we didn't find an Ubuntu because ls-la Ubuntu doesn't have. It has an SSH. Why I couldn't pick it up? Permission denied. Otherwise, they are not configured. ID RSA. It doesn't configure. It has SSH. Maybe no one hosts. I'm confused. Okay, we can get that we're not switching to root for this room. Now we're done with this one. We can again, like we did before, we can shut down this machine because we got SID. Can go back to my zoom in problem. Now we can do the next one, capabilities. I'm not sure if I remember this one. Another method, another method system administrator can use to increase the privilege level of a processor binary is capabilities. Capabilities help manage privileges at a more granular level. For example, if the sockets need to use a tool that need to initiate socket connection, a regular user would not be able, because in Linux usually need high permission for socket, for network socket. If system administrator does not want to give this higher user higher privilege, they can change the capability of the binary. As a result, the binary would get through its task without needing higher privilege user. The capability page provide detailed information. Usually you get cap minus R and say which one. Usually we do it, especially when you do rooms with containers, because you look for container capabilities. Run minus R will generate a huge. That's why we always use that dev null folder. Please note that neither Vim nor its copy has the SUID bit set. The privilege escalation vector is therefore not discoverable when enumerating file looking for SUID. Yeah, but the get is separate from that find search. Has a good list of a binary that can be leveraged for privilege escalation if you find any set capabilities. We notice that Vim can be used with the following payload. Okay, well, this is Vim. Complete the task except below in the target machine. How many binaries? What other binaries can be? Okay, let's see what's the IP of our new machine. 240.10. Let's go back to the problem. 240.10. 240.10. Password is password 1. password 1, the same machine, it's different machine, type of password wrong, password 1 or exclamation mark. Okay, switch to bash, clear get capability minus r, or that one first, minus r, and then to dev null, and then what it give me, this one, we have a ping, a binary ping. We have a vim in Kern and view in Ubuntu. We are not in as user Ubuntu, so we stuck with these two. We have the ping, how many binaries have set capabilities? It said binaries, so we assume so we have this one, we have this one, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I assume that's the correct answer. What other binaries can be what other binary can be used through its capabilities? What other binary can use? No, this is this one, the SUID. This one, I'm not sure this is a normal. This is the set, because if you search now for Vim because Vim we are as user Kern, so we can see. Let's see what Vim talking about here. Capabilities, click capabilities under the Vim. If the binary has the SUID, you see you have a SUID, which is exactly what we're looking here. So we can see it's what other binary can be used through its capabilities. Not sure what because a room talk about view, and is view is not. What is the view? Is there binary in Linux called view? Is just a custom. Let's go back and see this view, if exists a view. Oh, there is a view. Capabilities. What we have? SUID. SUID. So that's what the room is talking about. What's the content of flag 4? Well, the room want us to use a view, but we can't go to home Ubuntu. ls minus la. Can we touch that view? Thanks. We can execute, and it's running as root. A Vim is not running as root because it's running under kern, so it's useless for us. So we need to use a view to read this think. So let's see what it said capability. If the binary user Linux SUID capability set or it is executed by another binary with a capability set, it can be used as a backdoor to maintain privileged access by manipulating its own process UID. Okay, this requires that view is compiled with Python support prepend. Okay, let's what well we can write view with this. I don't know what that is. Let's try. Let's see what these things will do for us. So if we can run it, so we can run it from home Ubuntu view, and we give it that line. Let's see what happened. What we are in Vim now. ID. I forgot how to do the command in Vim. How to do command in I'm still Kern. This requires the view to is compiled with Python. Okay. Import os set build as excel binary sh-c reset. What the TryHackMe did the easy example use Vim. Why we got that error? Let me see. Sorry, the command is not available in this version. Okay, let's do this. I'm getting confused now, and if it's the same as what I'm thinking about, it's okay. Shell. Why it dropped me straight there? So we can't do that. Uh, Oh, the Pi 3. Man, that's maybe an option. Let's do that. Maybe with the version for uh, uh, home Ubuntu view. Maybe Pi 3 is the problem here. Oh, now we are in a root. I didn't see this one. You can see it said prepend Pi 3 for Pi 3. Oh, almost it said IT. So now we can go to cd home Ubuntu. Just go bash cd home Ubuntu, and then we can cut our flag for, yeah, for a moment, Python 2. Let that one play, and we can shut down this one. We can increase, so we can read a little bit, and then we can go to task this one. Why? I thought I terminated the machine. A room froze. The TryHackMe problem. There is a lot of room I didn't do. Maybe next time. Windows. I'm not in the Windows, but I will see. Maybe I go there. Okay, guys. Let me take a break until we fix these things. I'm coming back. 1 second. Hi guys, I'm back. It took a little bit time for these things for whatever reason. The next one, the cron jobs. Yes, you know, when you do in the next system, you check the crons. Cron jobs are used to run scripts or binaries at specific time. By default, they run with privilege of their owner and not the current user. While properly configured cron jobs are not inherently vulnerable, they can provide privilege escalation vector under some conditions. The idea is quite simple. If there is a shell task that runs with root privilege and we can change the script that we run, then our script will run with a root privileges. Cron jobs configure are stored as a cron tabs cron table to see the next time the data and stack will run. Each user in the system have their cron tab file. So etc cron tab. Let's go to the machine. For example, here it show you that there is one running root in home user alpha desktop called backup.sh, but it's running as root. And then if you can read sh, you can edit it and you can do a tar. So this the tar technique is used for many CTFs. Uh, as our current user can access this script, this is the condition. Of course, can you change it? We can easily modify. Either you modify the script or you see what script is doing, and you can change one of the inputs the script use. We can easily modify it and create a reverse shell. For example, here add in reverse shell directly and do the NC. Cron tab is always working, worth checking if it can sometimes lead to easy privilege escalation vector. The following scenario is not uncommon. System administrators need to run script in a regular interval. They create a cron job to do for this. After a while, the script become useless and they delete it. They do not clean a relevant cron job, which means we can create this change management issue lead to potential exploit leveraging cron jobs. So, for example, our in the example above shows similar situation where antivirus.sh script was deleted, but the cron job still. Yeah, that's nice. That's a nice idea for a CTF. Uh, so you can always do the shell. And then let's see what we have in our computer. Okay, the machine they give us 112.92 IPs. Let's go back. 192. I forgot the IP. 112.92. Password assuming is the same. Password 1. Okay, let's go bash. Clear. Now we're doing crons here, so do cron tab minus e nano. We have vim. Let's use vim. I'm a vim person. There is nothing there, so what? OTC, this you can find them etc cron. What's going on now here? Am I missing something? Got etc. There's a file. I think I'm getting tired. Oh, there's another place to look for cron is vaspol cron. There's a crons here. That job cron tabs. There's nothing. We don't have permission. But this we have interesting one. We have a backup. Oh, that's a backup in our home directory. cd home ls. We don't have. Let's see what that Ubuntu have. The flag 5 is there, and us we have that backup file, and it's owned by us. We can read it, we can write because it's ours. So we have the backup, same things, and then if you look here, it's running out of root. Then we have this antivirus sh. This one because / is in the main. So sorry, ls minus. We can't write there, so it's a dead end somehow. But this, when we have a temp test.py ls temp, and we have both play with it. We can create a test.py, a Python script there, or we can modify that one. I'm not sure about this one. So let's see what the question is saying. Locate and define antivirus.sh. Let's do that. Let's play with that. Let's follow the rain. Locate. I'm getting tired. This room is long. Command sh locate doesn't exist. Find dash name. To dev null. Okay, we have the other option. Let's see what the question is. How many user defined cron jobs can you see in the target system? User defined cron jobs. We only see 4, so we have this one, so that's that. What's the content of flag 5 and what's my password? Still looking for this mad password. Let's go to cd Cron because we have that ls-la. What's inside that backup things? Is no home admin. we can just delete or comment or whatever we can do. Now our best is a nice shell I want to show you. I forgot the name of the shell. Pineapple shell, I think they call it. No, it's not. I forgot. No, it's called pinpole. Any case, let's not confuse everybody. But no, it's freezing again. Just let's use the classic shell. nc -lvmp 901. Shell you can get here is nice one called shell generator. Here you can just put your IP of the attack box. You can say 239.227 and you just do the shell you want. You can just I usually go with this most of the time. Let's try this one. Because we can edit this file, we can just edit this file and let's see what happened. So the assumption root will run because cat etc cron. So we have that. We have also the py. We can test the py. For example, in the temp we can go temp test.py. We can just create a file there. We do, for example, let's change it to 1 2 3 4. Let's see if that thing will work. We did this one there. Let's get another sorry guys, I'm feeling sleepy. nc -lvmp 1 2 3 4. Let's see what we can get with Python here. Python 1 export Python shortest. This is a one-liner Python. I'm not sure if you can put it in the file. Let's see if it does work. It does work. Let's see what we have. 900 didn't come. You tell me this fancy one too much complex. Let's do a simpler one. 901 IP correct 227. Let's get the simpler bash one. Sometimes let me change the IP in case this is the issue with the IPs. The ports. It's still dead. It doesn't have nc -lvmp 902. Let's change that back up to the simpler one. They all run in root, so yeah, because this we can use the same trick of the antivirus that he's talking about. So, but it ran the path. What's the path for user local sbin? This dead. This dead. This is dead. All of them dead. Let me follow the question. What's the content of flag 5 and then what's met password? What's inside Alice my slay home? Where it said met. Flag 5 is inside Ubuntu. Uh, uh, oh, Matt is this guy. Okay. Does I'm missing something? Can doesn't. Cat etc cron. I don't know what path he's talking about. We can touch the permission denied, the main because this it mean he will run it from where you will find it. We can just put it in the home of I don't know why I'm not getting any. It doesn't make sense. We're supposed to get something. Vim backup. Do I'm missing something here? 10.10.239.227. That's my bash doesn't need, not necessary, it's bash or sh cat backup or I don't know what exactly minus f. Yeah, because the path here is home user, that's why he's able to do it. We don't have that path here. The path is user local s bin, user local binary, none. I don't know, I don't know. I don't need to export any path because he's calling straight the temporary and he's calling straight this one, so in theory it's supposed to run. I don't need to make it, even this one I don't need. Either machine is something wrong with the machine, or because in theory if ls don't tell me is not executable. Plus x backup. But none of you want to come. Let me wait for 1, 2, 3. Oh, we didn't execute it. That's why. Didn't we? Now it's coming. Now I'm root. It was in 902, so cat backup. Yeah, the 902. So we didn't do a plus x, so it wasn't executable even for root. That's one of the problem. So now we got the root shell, but why is that Python is not coming? Got temporary test. Okay, I don't know why the Python is not. Let's do the test. Let's make sure first of all the syntax is correct. Python 3 temporary test. What exactly? No, it worked fine. You got it. So the problem is not running. What Python it's running that thing? Hmm. In any case, good. It it can run that, but okay, it's fine. We got root here, but I'm thinking now. Uh, we already got root, so what we can do, we can just now go to cd home ls cd ubuntu, and then we can just cut flag 5.txt, and we have the flag. I'm not sure what my Python is not working, to be honest. Password format. Don't tell me we need to do that shadow again. ls minus edit. Anything easier? Bash logout cache file ssh flag 5. What we have? We have Kern Ubuntu, so we don't. So we end up doing now that shadow again. Shadow. Password format. So we need to take this one. We already have that file. Let me remove that one. Put the met one. Password. I'm getting confused now. Remove this one. Let me get met. We have a root format, so we can do etc passw. We have met here, and can we do n shadow password shadow, put to that hash thing, and then we can do Jean. What's wrong with you, Jean? Hash, and give it a word list equal user share with list row q. Let it run, and met password is 12356. I'm really confused for a moment, because why my SPY doesn't work? I'm not sure, to be honest, but yeah, that's one way to do it. We got root, we got the password, so what is met password? So we have shell. Okay, maybe guys, if you have an idea, let me know in the comment. I don't want to complicate it. It's an introduction, this one. Now we can start the new machine. Let it start now. Let's wait for the IP. Let's go back, read what we need. What's the next one? This one. The path one is well known, this one. If a folder for which your user has write permission is located in the path, you could potentially hijack an application to run a script. Path in Linux is an environmental variable that tells the operating system where to search for executables for any command that is not built into the shell, or that it is not defined with an absolute path. This is with the tricky part. Linux will start searching in folder. Basically, if you write and you call things, the Linux usually look for the path like that and start looking inside. You start from this, you start looking inside this one. It doesn't find it, next this one, next, 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 next. So if you have a program like that, let's say system TryHackMe you're not. That's why if you look, whenever you see a program or script running like that, it doesn't put a full path. Let's say it doesn't say home this or user this, so it just just called something here the path can play dangerous. So for example here, if you for example if you type thm the command line, these are locations we look in, so we look inside these folders. So what folder located in the path, you start looking for this. Does the current user have write privilege of any of these folders? Can you modify the path? Is there a script application you can for example, if this one you can see, oh, there is, it's called thm. Now this is very interesting. The script tried to launch a system binary called thm, but the example can easily be replicated for with any binary. We compile as usual cat path, for example, this is the binary, gcc pass minus w to avoid that error message. Add for example here a path. Okay, we compile it as path. ls minus path. Once execute path will look for an executable named thm inside the folder list and the path. If any writable folder list and the path, we could create a binary named thm. This is what we'll do. We create this one under the directory. First of all, and have our path script run it as SUID in set. So here we remember we did a search of find before, so writable you can do cat safety to clean them. Some CTF can present different folders. That's not our issue for this room. So if you go to your path, you have this is the standard. Then you see number in folder. You try to look an alternative. Look for a writable folder. For example, here when you say under USR. This is another command. That's what we did before. Remove minus v explode the proc because it's not processes. The way that you export, that's how the way you add a path. Export, you do the path that variable Linux equal. You add your own path. Usually, for example, I add my temporary, and then you trick the binary that this one is better understand it when we practice. Now let's practice so we can understand it, so we don't confuse everybody about this. See 149.89, 149.89. Let's go back there. 149, 149.89. 194.89. Password 1. Now let's switch to bash. Clear. Okay, ls home host, we have Madosh, Ubuntu, and Mat. That's my LA home. Mat, we have the flag 6 there, we can't read it. Madosh, no. We have, okay, and that Ubuntu now. Ubuntu. We're not interested on them, but for us is we have the flag 6 is there, and then we have this interesting because we can read this R, we can execute this X. So this one interesting, maybe help us to do something. The interesting part, of course, you have a root here. I have a root here. That's key part. So it means if I have root, I can read this. So if you follow the question, its question said, what is the old folder you have write access for? Old folder. Write access. So we have that find dash writable. No, no. find dash writable to dev null. Just grep minus v proc. I thought that snap also should be. I hate the snap one. Maybe do this minus f23. Let's try that one. Cut minus d minus f23. I don't need to solve, just do them. Yeah, that's snap things. Grep minus v snap. Oh, with a crop too. F minus v prop. What? Which one too much noisy now? The proc. Why I'm getting the proc now? Oh, the Merdosh. What's the question is again? What is the odd folder you have write access for? Odd. Why is it's another user folder? Why is odd again? Home Merdosh. Why it's an odd? UTC devlog. It's too much noisy. Run sf. I know these things is just confused. Let me remove. Just get a normal one. Yeah, because there will be too many of them. We have this one, etc lock. There's all these snappy things. Proxy. It's nothing special, but is this one the odd they talk about it? Let's try. Exploit the path vulnerability to read the content of the flag 6. Okay, let's get that what they call it, odd folder, because we saw things interesting on it. These two files are interesting. So one is binary, so we can run it. So we can just run the test, and it tell you THM not found. If I go to time, it said you has one interesting same as example in this room. Remember we talk about these things. So if we run this, the assumption is that this binary is this thing. They already, so it means it's the assumption I assume is they give us this code to tell us is it will run it as system and test, remember, run as root. So in theory, even if I run the Python script, it will run this as root. So we just need something THM, and they already give us in the room. They told us to use. They give us this little example. We need to type this thing now. Include th. So what we can do, we just need to create this file vthm.c, and then we can compile it so we can run it in the C things. So we need to write this thing not include see, I'm not now suddenly include I'm the instd I'm getting confused now. instd.h void main void uh, and then the SUID, the SLU in the system. Okay. Set GID, for example, set ID, what? We put it that zero things. And then, why you come in there? Set UID also zero. And then system. I thought we're doing THM. I'm confused now what I was supposed to do now. No, we need to do shell. That's why I'm confused. You don't do this. I'm getting very, very confusing things. I'm confusing with different things. We can just do the shell here, like just the bash. So echo binary bash. Put it in the TSHAM. That's it. That's exactly what we need to do, because that's what. And then chmod is X enough. Let's test. I don't need. We need to do the whole thing. And then we need to do the path, because remember it call it without path, so we can do export path equal. We need to do our home mail-dosh, and then we do the original path of Linux. I think that's what it's supposed to be. Now if I run tests, I'm root. Now I'm back in root. You see, that's the trick of the story, because this THM doesn't have full path. If you read this code, will tell you if this is not secure, because if it was security, we see /home something, the full path of the variable, and now because now what we telling it start reading from this. So when you start from reading for this, you can find this one. So basically execute the binary bash, and because he's running in the root, he will give me that root I want. So now the flag 6, where is it? Is in the Ubuntu. No. And the who? Matt. Okay, we can get the flag now. Flag 6, and we got our flag. I got confused compiling the whole binary, so we don't need to compile the binary for this room. Now we download this, we can shut down this machine. Let's not make it fast, because after you do these things, I don't want to lose connection again. So the next one, oh, almost done. So prevision NFS, start the machine. No, I don't want you to split the screen. This trick, I remember there was a couple of both Hack the Box or TryHackMe use this trick of NFS. Previous escalation vector are not confined to your internal access. Shared folder remote management interface such as SSH and Telnet can also help you gain root access on the target system. Some cases will also require using both vector, finding a root SSH private key on the target system and connecting via SSH with root privileges instead of trying to increase your current user privilege level. Another vector that is more relevant to STF and exams is a misconfigured network shell. This vector can sometimes be seen during penetration testing engagement when a network backup system is present. And here is NFS network file sharing. The key part in this one is when you see the keyword, where is it? New root squash. That's what it is. The critical element for this privilege is no root squash option. You can see above. By default, NFS will change the root user to NFS nobody and strip any file from operating with root privilege. If no root squash option is present on writable shell, we can create an executable with SUID. Oh, that's what I was trying to type, and I thought I'm confused with them. Now, let's see where is my IP. We are not SSH. I think it 193.143.93, 143.93, 143.93, 143.93. Yes. Password 1. I type it wrong. Password 1. Just go to bash. Here I think the argument, let's leave this one later on. Let's go play. Who is this? Exit from this. Clear show mount. What's that? Minus E. What's my IP? The IP is 210.10. Now we're done with this thing. 143.93, 143.93, 143.93. So we have backup, we have temporary and Ubuntu share folder. Yeah, like we have the whole charade here. Okay, so the same example. We will mount one of the new root squash share in our attack machine and start building thingy. But this one we need to check it. Cut etc exports. We already inside the machine, so you can do cut etc export here. Which one has no squash on it? The temp folder. This one has no root squash, no root squash, no root squash, all of them. So which one? We can mount anything. Read the amount. Let's do. Where is it? My network. Let's make. Call it NFS, whatever. Then we need to now what we do. Which one? Let's use something else. The room use backups. Let's use what we can use. The IP 10.10 143.93 Let's use the home let's use the home Ubuntu. Well, let's use the temp. Why it all working for us? So منطقة النفس. What exactly I did wrong here? Oh, I put minus O R W CDNFS. That's the temporary folder. And then the trick is we can run this, create a file, and then we can compile it, for example, in uh, nfs.c. We can create vim nfs.c, which we should see that nfs from here. Not ls temporary. We can create a file. Sorry guys, I'm getting confused. So we do that, set the init int main, and we set the whole things int main uh, set GID as 0. Why did it go in there? Set UID as 0. What else? And then we can do system binary bash. We need to close, and we need, no, I don't need to, and then we just close the, I think that's what we need to do. Oh, return 0, I forgot about that. Return 0. In theory you will see it here too, because we just ls temp, we share in the temp, so we can have our NFS there too. So, and then we can, what's the command to compile this thing? The standard with that minus w things, okay? gcc nf gcc, why it's not typing, just nfs minus o nfs. We can see it now, and then now we need to, because the whole idea is to get run it with a s, so we need to add SUID on it. Chmod plus s nfs, confirm on nfs. Now we can see that s there. So the idea now, because we did the s in this side in our computer shell, now the question is, what happened to this side? So see, let's go to the temp ls myself nfs, and we can see we still have the s, and ironically it kept our root there too. So now basically if I do nfs why is not running? Temp what I'm missing here? what we did here, guys. What exactly we did mistake somewhere here. Vim nfs.c vim. Oh, that's the mistake. gcc nfs minus o nfs minus w chmod plus s nfs. Let's go back there. ls minus la nfs. And now if I do nfs I'm root, and if I'm root I can get cat home. What's that thing? It was in the mat, I think, the flag. Yeah, doing this room with no stopping, get a bit confused. We got the flag 7, we gained root, but we didn't answer these two questions. How many mountable share we got? There are 3, and we choose the, where is they, we found them. No, not you, we got them here. We have 1 2 3, so we have mountable chair, we got 3, and we check they all have. So and now the last one, let's do the last one quickly before I get my brain get off. We shut down that one, and let's finish the room, start the machine, and let's first have a look in our attack box. It's 24 minutes. I need to add it little bit time to it before it crash. Let's do that. Now task 12. Let's go to task 12. Challenge, a Capstone challenge. By now you have a fairly good understanding of the main privilege escalation vector on Linux, and this challenge should be fairly easy. You gain access to SSH, access to large scientific facility. Try to elevate your privilege until you are root. We designed this room to help you build throughout methodology of Linux privilege escalation that will be very useful in exams such as OSP and your penetration testing engagement. Leave no privilege escalation vector and explore. Privilege escalation is often more an art than a science. You can access a target. This time they give us another different user. We have Leonard and Penny, password 123, Penny 123. We're looking for flag 1 and flag 2. So basically we can look for all the things, the kernel exploit, Sudo, SUID, capability, Cron, path, NFS. I'm not sure, I don't think it's NFS if I remember. The IP is 72.126, 72.126. Let's get that one correctly. Yes, out of this. Control C. Why your Control C are not working in this? Okay, let's close this one. 75.126, 75.126, 75.126. Yes, password. No, it's not kernel. The user is. Oh no. Firefox killed my session. Let's go. Lineage amplification. Open new tab. Password user was Leonard. Leonard, and password is Penny123. Leo node and penny 123. Now we start, as we said, start straight with SUDO. Password for Luna penny 123. So we're done with that. So yeah, we can play with all the information, but host name is not like some host name is not information. The first thing you can do is the kernel. The kernel is 3.10.0160. Yeah, if you look for, I don't think it is a kernel availability, but you start kernel ability. Let's see if there is anything there. What's this one? This one talk about Red Hat. Our machine is Ubuntu 3.10.051. This is 1160. CentOS 7. That's not ours, so this is Red Hat. There's no Ubuntu there. A memory leak in the Linux kernel caused denial of service, so it's not privileged. So you can think about it as a dead end. This one. Usually the first thing when we do this thing, you can first of all you go to home and start picking up there, and you see what, for example, lunar. First of all, you can't read the bash history of this. No, we are lunar, so we can read it. So we can go lunar, what he was doing in bash history. Okay, you can see this is very important. You want to cc, I don't know, cdcc, cd out, cd home. So we want to messy, su messy, and then out, and inside root flag. That's where you find root 2 su root. Remember, so he want to miss the root flag. So there is the root 2 flag. The second flag is there. ls minus la messy. In the other hand, we don't have permission for that messy. And then the root flag we or not. So both we don't. So we are dead end in that. Cron tab, for example, minus e. Well, is empty. No, sorry, that's that. Cat etc cron tab, nothing. You can do the var spol cron tab also. There's nothing there. Permission denied. No, cron permission denied. The next one, the always is find minus u equal s quicker. 2 to dev null. What? Oh no, I'm forgetting. I'm missing something now. Don't type in the equation wrong. I'm looking for SUIDs. Yeah, you just search I'm getting confused. Oh, type file. Why my command is not working? For the sake of Lord. Now I'm getting seriously confused. SUD myself, the password, config, netstart not for this room. MySparam, you can find executable file. Yeah, permission. Yeah, minus permits mysu equal s. Why mine was why it said my machine is expiring soon? Show split screen. It say 1 hour 14 minutes. So why is complaining? Okay, let's go back here. Sorry guys, let me I'm trying to think. That problem of SUDP cron tab. I think this room, are we in the same room? Because the base 64 already here. It's like a repeat or something. We have a base 64 here. Because if we have a base 64 as ls minus lasr binary base 64, it's a binary, so why it making too much noise? So if we have this, so we can do what we did before. I thought it would be different. So if you go base 64, we have SUID. We can read file. If I read file, so if the root flag, I can't read that. ls messy, no, but we know that leonard.bash history. I know there is a flag called flag2 inside that file, so I can just do base 64 root flag flag2 .txt and just base 64 64 minus d here, and we have the root flag already, so we can just so we got the root flag already, and then because messy we can't access to her, but we can also ask um, we can go to messy history, bash history, and you can see what Messy is doing. She has a document, and then you have flag 1 inside document. Then she has this find L wherever she's doing there, so we can do the same things we did with the flag is flag 1. You can see it's inside document folder, so we can just say messy, and then it's inside the document, and we can get also the flag. So I'm not sure how this room is extracted, because that's the flag too, but we have this find and sudo something. So what was the plan for this room? Okay, so don't so basically what you want us to get the same things that etc shadow, and then assuming you will take messy, for example, you go to vim shadow, remove what we did here, we just put that one, and then copy, and then we get a password for messy, cat etc password, grab messy, and oops, oh sorry, not cap letter, and that what you do n shadow password shadow, and then you do John the Ripper that we did before. Password 1 missy, so you can do assume missy, and then what you get password 1, ls minus la. Let's see what she has inside. That's the document we got the flag from, so we can just go to document and get that flag again. Document download Emacs. Because she's a user, you can think about, does she has any cron tab running? No. Of course you do -L as usual, and you can see this, yeah, it's too many stories on the secure path, spin, spin, spin. The find comment with no password, so when you see this you can come straight here. We go back there, you say find, what find give me, because we are in SUDO, you go to SUDO. SUDO said if you run find with this you will become root. Let's see if we do that, and I don't like that, I want to go to bash. I'm not root. Huh. Got messy. What she was doing, let's see. Dot bash history. Find exists. The same. Maybe I'm trying to do that bash things. Maybe the bash things doesn't work. Oh no, it's not like it doesn't work. No, it's my mistake. Remember, why does the? Remember, we need to do sudo minus l. So we need to run the full command sudo. Now I'm root. I can go. Let me test you something because we can run bash. Doesn't mean we don't. Yeah, and now you are root, and then ls root you. Where is the flag? No, it's not in the root. It's in the home root flag in there. So we can just got flag there. So we got flag. So okay, let's exit with there. So what's the process? Because we when we are exit, when we are Leonard, we can see ls minus la. Okay, use a binary base uh, base 64. We can read the flags, so we don't need to give all of that. Is there other the month? Is there the month? Let's try, for example, is there show month? Is there any month in this machine? We can try what we did before. Show month minus e10 dot 10 dot, what's that them IP again? 75.126 75.126 10.10.75. I think there is no NFS share there. So the cron we didn't find. The path, there is no binaries to try about it. We don't have binaries to, when we are Leonard, we don't have anything in Leonard that we can. What Leonard is doing? What is that per 5 things is doing there? Okay, so I don't see anything related to path. The capability, we didn't search for it. Get cap minus r. Get capability minus r to dev null. The ping are normal, so we're not interested in that. So this is all common. SUXE. Who is this? Let me see if he has any data there. No, it's not. The ping is normal to have that capability. Who's this? New group, GNOME key diamond, R ping, clock difference, MTR. No, but doesn't have. File read sudo, that's it. Raw EP, I don't know what raw EP is. There is no capability. What file read is this? Any case, guys, I think that's the. Let's finish the room. Flag 1. We didn't get flag 1. Where is that flag 1? Oh, we are out. Yeah. We can get it. Flag 1 is in messy document folder. base 64 home messy document flag1.txt base 64 minus d. We don't need fancy stuff. No such file. Documents. So you can get without doing all that road. Okay guys, thank you very much. Hope you liked. Please like and subscribe, help the channel. A bit long video for me. Sorry if I was a bit lazy or sleeping sometimes. Try my best next time. If you have question, let me know in the comment. And thank you very much and have a good day.